The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Revelation 7. After these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Then I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. But I the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph will seal 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin will seal 12,000. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations, and kindreds, and people in tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne and the Lamb.
Shalom. The elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Gotta give all praises to Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Gotta give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone led me to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elected to the hopeful elect. Lord, willing we be part of that number. Lord, will this be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and strive to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. It is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. It is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. So the water for tuning in, we'll all come across. And as we're in these last days, come back to the ways of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. Sincere salutation for all the Akim that have been pushing this truth across the four corners of the earth. Also a sincere salutation to all the women, men, women, and children, part of the honorable multitude, whoever they may be, that are coming back in these days to hear the men of the Lord and follow the ways of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. Lord willing, be part of the elect. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to talk about how Biden overruled the Pentagon and he nominated the first woman to head Navy. We got some several other end-time topics we're going to speak about. So Lord willing, to edify to the flock. We'll go ahead and get into it. So as you see, right here it says Biden overrules Pentagon, nominates first woman to head Navy. So that's 10 minutes, so we're not gonna go into that. The video we're gonna read. So it said President Biden has overruled the Pentagon and chosen Atham Lisa Franchetti to lead the Navy, making her the first woman if she's confirmed to be a Pentagon service chief and a female member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Okay, Biden's decision goes against the recommendation of his Pentagon Chief Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who recommended the president select I think that's Admiral Samuel Paparo, the current commander of the Navy's Pacific Fleet. According to multiple reports, in a statement on Friday, Biden noted how Franchetti is an unprecedented choice for such a high-level military post due to her sex, adding that she is the second woman ever to achieve the rank as a four-star admiral in the Navy. Okay, so we just want to put in some precepts about this. Basically, what I'm trying to get at, what I'm trying to get at is that, we know that this Navy and this military is doomed, but this is just, some things to edify the flock about the fact that, women are, they're taking positions of men's roles, but the Lord said this was happening, But really, when it comes down to it, the woman is not supposed to assert authority over the man, So we're going to put in some precepts about this, because, there's a lot of women who will teach that, they try to teach that the Bible is equal, the church try to teach everybody equal. No, it's first the Mashiach, then the man and the woman, or then the man, then the woman, then the children. It's in that order. That's how it's supposed to be. We're gonna put in some precepts and just show you why these things are happening. Jeremiah 31. 22. And it reads, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? And that's talking about the men of Israel first and foremost, right? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. See? And that's what's happening right now. Women are getting prominent positions and stuff. But ultimately, the Lord raised these women up to do these things so prophecy could be done, could be passed. See? But this is out of order. This is how we know it's going to be a terrible situation for America, Babylon the Great, because they are out of order. Okay? They're completely out of order with Yahawah, Bahasham, and Yahawashi. Okay? But he wants them to be like that because that's what he told them to do. He told them to be out of order, just like he hardened Pharaoh's heart. Today, Esau Edom basically is the modern Pharaoh. He's got him hardening his heart, telling us that slavery helped us and whatnot. That stuff ain't help us, man. No. That's the reason why a lot of us don't have nothing, but it was meant to be that way. So we wouldn't be comfortable here. They don't understand that their nation is about to get destroyed. Okay, and they got to go into slavery with what they did. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8. I'm gonna read some of this. So this reads, "For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man," right? Which means she's supposed to be like a helpmeet, right? Doesn't mean that you treat her like shit. It's saying that the Lord made woman for man. That's what it's saying. You know what I'm saying? Verse 9, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. See? She's supposed to help. She's supposed to be a help. She's supposed to be a pillar of rest. She's supposed to be somebody where you can feel comfortable around and come to and know she's going to tend to you. That don't mean that you can't tend to your wife as well. You can still look out for your wife and whatnot, but there's an order, okay? And if you have a loving wife, why would you not want to look out after her too? Why would you not want to, be there for her in ways, to show her that you appreciate, what she does for you. See what I'm saying? So, yes, they're helpmeets. Yes, we're put first, but that doesn't mean that you don't just, you don't provide for your wife, you don't look out for your wife, you don't make sure she's doing okay. But in this sense, the woman being the head of the Navy is just showing how much this world has been flipped upside down. Because this world is being flipped upside down in the way where women are ruling over men, men are worshiping women, but it's also being flipped upside down by the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, revealing it to all of us, that these things are happening. And so their world is being turned upside down and being revealed as out of order. See? This is why this stuff that will not last. Verse 10, for this cause ought the woman have to have power on her head because of the angels, right? Verse 11, nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in the Lord, Yahawashi. Okay? So verse 12, for as the woman is of the man, even so the man is also by the woman, but all things are the Most High. So Yahawah, which is the Heavenly Father's name, the Most High, basically, this is his order. Everything's made by him. So this is how he has it set up. The woman is to help the man, but that doesn't mean you neglect your wife or treat her like she's not a necessary component to the family, because she has a lot of roles that she plays as a woman, but our role is to play as a man. You got women out here now, like this lady who's the head of the Navy. She ain't acting like no woman. She trying to rule over men. And that's what a lot of these women are like out here. They want to be the rulers in their relationship over men. And that's out of order. Okay, that is going to be a tainted relationship and it won't last. It's going to fail because both people are playing the wrong position, they wrong role. And that's what's happened to the family, the Judite family, and also other families in Israel. Issachar, all that has happened. Our family's been broken apart because a lot of people don't want to be in order. But Great Millstone is setting us back to understand what order is, and that order is like that because it worked and it will work again. That's why he's bringing it back, so we won't have to deal with this no more. So verse 13, judge in yourselves, it is comely that a woman pray unto the Most High uncovered. And now see, this is why they wear they hairnets and stuff when they pray. Because why? Because the Lord said it. That's the way he set it up. And then here's another one that a lot of brothers got a problem with it. Not brothers in the truth, but Jake. Jakes with long dreads and stuff. They make it such a big deal. But it says, do it not even in nature itself. It said nature itself. Teach you if a man have long hair, is it a shame unto him? See? So we're not supposed to have long hair, because that's womanly, that's feminine, and a lot of men can't accept correction and rebuke and won't just fix their situation, But in all reality, it just shows the Lord doesn't desire them and he wants them to be that way so he can punish them. Verse 15. But if a woman have long hair, it is glory. It is a glory to her. Okay, and see, that's why the Judite woman has been brought so low at this point, because a lot of them were under the curse. All of them were under the curses as we were. So they went through certain things that other women didn't go through. You see, and the Lord took away that long hair, took away that glory. He took away our glory. You see, but now we're coming back to that understanding. Some Judite women are. There's very few of them, but there's some of them that have came back to this understanding, and they know their role and they know how to play it the best. And that's the problem that a lot of people don't. Oh, that's not even the problem. That's the thing that a lot of people don't get. The Judite woman, all women came from the Judite woman. You know, all we all started from Eve. And she went off, yeah. But now some of these Eves are starting to see, man, I was out of line. And they've repented and came back to the ways of Bahasham, and they're doing their best. And those women, those women that are Eve, like actually Eve, the Judite woman, that have came back to this understanding, the Lord really had a favor on them, because the Eve is really the most lost, So, and I'm not saying that other women, you got Issachar, you got other women, you can find some of them that's great too. But I'm just saying Judah, she's gonna be the woman of all women, in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they lost. A lot of them lost their long hair, and that's why a lot of Judite women, they be wearing wigs and stuff and whatnot, because they're trying to gain that glory back. They don't even understand that that's them trying to portray that glory that they had in the kingdom, But like I said, it's all just about the spirit. And a lot of people, especially in Jacob's trouble, they're gonna learn that, hey, you better be in this position, or it's you done for, And that's what we're coming back to. So it says, for her hair is given to her for a covering, right? But if any man seem to be contentious, and when you look up the word contentious, it means you like heated arguments, like you like getting into arguments. And we men, we don't like to argue. We just like to tell you what it is. We like to tell you what's gonna happen. And if you don't want to listen, hey, do your own thing. That's how men are. We're not here to argue about it. We're here to just tell you. If you don't get it, you can ask a question. We'll answer. If you want to have a couple things, like, well, what about this? What about this? If you do it in a humble way, in a way where you really are trying to seek the truth, of course you'll be answered. And that's how we're supposed to be. We're here to answer questions, but of course we got all these answers from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. So it says we have no such custom, neither the churches of the Most High. See, so we don't like arguments and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But we will conversate and have conversations about, what's right and what's wrong, if you in the right spirit, But that's why you see sometimes some people come up to the elders and apostles and they'll be short with them and be like, man, we don't want to talk to you, man, move around, because they can feel that spirit that they just want to argue. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what men are about. We're not about that. We're about doing the will of Yahawashi. So now we're going to put in some precepts about it. I'll put in a couple more precepts about it. 1 Corinthians 11:16. Well, yeah, we are right there. And then Deuteronomy chapter 22. We'll do Deuteronomy. Chapter 22, verse 5. And it reads, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. And that's even that, it's talking about, raiment, but it can even go deeper than that. It's talking about like authority wise. You're not supposed to wear that image of you are, some position higher than the man. This is also pertaining to spiritually. You don't wear the role of a man. You don't play the role of a man, right? Neither shall the man put on a woman's garment. See, so what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to be men, they're supposed to be women. For all that do are in such, so are abomination unto the Lord thy power. So this is how we know the people who are coming out and with the fruit roll up community and all this. We know this stuff is going on because the Lord is telling us this is going off. You see, We're not supposed to be like that, man. That stuff is out of order. Okay, it's wickedness. And it's abomination to the Lord. And it says in Malachi 3:6, it said the Lord don't change. So what does that mean? That means that this didn't change. He didn't just say later on, okay, well, if you're a man, you put on a dress and act like a woman. No, he's not. He's never going to be cool with that. Okay? They're not getting into the kingdom of the Most High acting like that. So this is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach. So they're not supposed to teach the word, but they could teach the other women, you can do that. But, they're not to teach a man, or teach, online and stuff, and be out there in the highways and byways. The battlefield is not built for a woman. That's a man's role. When you look all throughout history, men would go to the battlefield and the wife would stay home with the kids. She kissed the husband, say, make it back home safe to me, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Women not supposed to be on the battlefield, okay? So to assert, it says, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor assert authority over the man, but to be in silence. See, and that's the problem with a lot of women. They don't want to be in silence in a humble way, and when it means like this, it's not like we just telling our woman to shut the fuck up. Like, we're not doing them like that. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are humble, you don't have to do them like that. It says a silent woman is a blessing to the Lord. But you going to mistreat a blessing that the Lord gave to you? No, you're not going to do that. You're going to treat them right, But a lot of women, they act like queens, which is like whores. They act like whores, man. They stuck up, they proud. Don't nobody want to deal with no proud ass woman, man. That shit's just annoying as hell. And we're men. We don't want no annoying shit just in our face all day. Not saying that we don't love women. We love women. But it's like, we want a woman that we can vibe with, we can be comfortable with. Okay, so that's just a few things I wanted to put about that, in a smaller sense, but it's all the way to the top level in the military. You got women trying to run shit, and that's what's gonna fuck everything up. But the Lord's doing it like that on purpose. So this is North Korea fires several cruise missiles into the sea. Okay, so we're gonna read just a little bit. North Korea fires several cruise missiles to a yellow sea between China and Korean Peninsula on Saturday. South Korea's Joint Chief Staff said, Pyongyang's latest provocation comes as concern grows over the whereabouts, well-being of a U.S. soldier who made an unauthorized dash to the Northern Korean territory earlier this week. The exclusive regime so far remaining tight-lipped about the incident. So they're not talking about it, basically. But, this is just showing that they're very serious about making sure this stuff, plays out, But this is the Lord that's got them doing that, He's got them really on serious measures when it's coming to these missiles. And they're sending a lot of them into the sea. And they're not the only ones. So we're going to do, Joel 3:10. This is what the Lord's got them doing right now. On a daily basis, this is what they've been doing. It says, let's start with at 9. And it reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. See? So they're starting to draw near to this battle, this World War III. What a lot of people call Armageddon. It's going to be the last war. And the whole world is going to be involved. But they don't. What they don't understand is the Lord got them in a trip bag. They all think that they're going to be the next rulers of the earth. But Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is coming to kill all of them. That's why I said when he came, he said he was on a white horse and he had all the crowns on his head. That was him taking all the kingdoms. So verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares, which is what? Cultural tools into swords. So instead of putting their money in crops and things for the nation, they're putting it into their military power. That's what it's basically saying. And you're pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I am strong. See? So that's what they're doing. And that's what they're making sure. They're making sure that everything works. So when this war pops off, which is going to be very soon. But you got to remember, 1,000 years is a day to the Lord. So 3, 4, 5 years is literally like 5, 6 seconds for the Lord. That's not a long time. You know, not speaking like exactly, but just showing you that that's not that long, you know. And he's speeding up the time by what? Moving these chess pieces around. Whenever we get on these news articles, that's the Lord moving chess pieces. Okay, that's what he's doing. He's moving chess pieces on the chessboard. You know. So this is James chapter 5 verse 3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. And this is him talking to America, Babylon the Great, the land, first and foremost, America, Babylon the Great. But then you got the land of Israel. You got other places around the world that is going to go through this. Okay, and the elect are going to be saved out of that. Lord willing, be part of that number. So, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. See, and it's going to be fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. But really, who has most of the treasure? America, Babylon the Great. That's what I'm saying. America, Babylon the Great, first and foremost. And their gold and silver and canker is cankered through what? Through slavery. So they try to say we benefited off slavery because they took all the money from everybody. You see what I'm saying? You know, these people are wicked, man. So now we're going to go to Isaiah chapter 26:10. And it reads, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. See, even through all all this power they have, and the Lord showed them favor, they still don't understand righteousness. That's why they don't understand what we're doing, you know, and they can't. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Rawchaa. See, they don't understand, they won't understand. And that's what it says also, you know, in Daniel. It says the wicked shall not understand, but the righteous shall understand. You know, so this is how we know we are righteous. That doesn't mean that we you know, we don't go off. You know, we still make mistakes, but we're righteous because, you know, we understand what's going on, you know, and we know the scriptures, you know, and we're defending this truth. That's what makes us righteous. You know, everybody else is just, you know, doing whatever they want to do.
You're trying to get your ideas,
you know,
compose a message or reply to someone.
You know, like I could be doing anything throughout the day. I could go do whatever, but instead I'm doing this. That's what makes us righteous. We put the Lord first before, you know, ourselves. So Micah chapter 2 verse 1. You know, because every brother has a flaw. Every brother has something that they're always going to have to work on until the Lord comes back. Shalom, shalom, love. So Micah chapter 2 verse 1, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. See, they have this military power. They have these weapons and whatnot. And that's why they testing them. Why? Because they got that power in their hand right now. But it's really the Lord who has that power, you know, and he's about to take it from them after he uses them for what they're supposed to do. So this is Habakkuk. Chapter 1 verse 5, it says, behold, ye among the heathen. See, and that's showing you a separation right there. Not everybody, the Lord can't love everybody and then there'll be heathens. The Lord don't love heathens. You see? So behold ye among the heathen. Who is he talking to? He's talking to Israel. In regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. See? So a lot of our people will tell them this, and they be like, man, are you serious? You know, a lot of people can't believe it, but as they go on and they start to understand more, the ones that the Lord wants to wake up, they will wake up and will believe. You know, they will wake up and be like, oh, this is truth right here. This is what it is. You know, what they telling us is true. You know, and you can't always expect somebody to get automatically involved as much as you. You know, if you're a man for the Lord, you know, all of us, we're on fire for the Lord. You know, we're in this being diligent on a regular basis. But you can't, when you dealing with another brother that's coming in the truth, you can't just you can't just automatically expect them to be on fire like that. There's other different brothers in different situations that come with. They'll handle things different than you. You know, we're supposed to bear those infirmities of our brothers. Just like they bear for us. Because there's strengths that the Lord is going to bring out of them through that. So that's why you want to be careful. With the whole thing of expecting somebody just to be, automatically ready, right off the bat. They got to do study. They got to go in, show themselves approved, their steps to it, So we're going to go right here and we're going to go to this. It says 3 to 5 years from now is the danger time when U.S. could face both China and Russia. So this is what they're saying. They're saying about 3 to 5 years, we can end up in this war, and it could be shorter than that. Them saying 3 to 5 years is really saying they don't know. So it says this is the question and answers, what that means, with Justin Bronk, Senior Research Fellow of Air Power and Technology. Zoom this up a little bit. Technology on the military science team at the Royal United Service Institute, the RUSI, a London-based defense and security think tank. We discuss a scenario when China and Russia simultaneously present challenges designed to break NATO's Article 5, the state of European Air Forces. Air Forces in terms of future production and fleet mixture in the light of Ukraine, right? Because Ukraine is a we all know that's an ongoing war. That's something that's very serious, right? So go back. So as we keep reading, and how the air chiefs see all domain operations, right? So it says the threat to Ukraine is clear, but what are the threats to NATO countries? The nuclear threat has always been there. So what's changed? There are two different categories. There is an inadvertent escalation threat, right? Which is essentially nuclear. So this is two different things that are happening different than what it was. So even though neither side wants the conflict, somebody does something stupid, it escalates. We don't find a way out of it. Everything ends up nuclear because Russia has no capacity to fight NATO conventionally, at least for now. See? So this is how we know this is going to reach to that situation. And once they do, what it say in Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 10, it said they will think an evil thought and they're going to send some missiles over here, okay? That's what's going to happen. And they're saying this could happen in the next 3 to 5 years, basically. So I just want to put in some precepts. I don't want to get too far into the article, but this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 9. And it reads, behold, the day of the Lord, Yahawashi cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate, right? And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be laid desolate in many places, but mostly America, Babylon the Great. All of America, Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, but that's what it's mainly talking about. It's going to be laid desolate. And all the other places where the wicked is, which is everywhere, but some of them will just get slain with the sword after Yahawashi comes down with the 144,000 elect. So Isaiah chapter 13, verse 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. And this is mainly talking about the elect. They won't be out here warning people, won't be telling they won't be out here telling the truth. But it also is talking about the mushroom clouds that are, that's going to cover the sky. So the sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. You see, because we're really the only thing out here, the hopeful elect are the only things out here that are actually giving light. You see, and we got that starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Of course, it started from one west, but one rest separated because people started going off in their doctrine. And Great Millstone, starting with Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Tahar, he came out and kept carrying that light. You see, and not because he wanted to, because the Lord wanted him to do. You see, none of us just woke up one day and said, "Oh, I'm going to serve the Lord. This is what the Lord wanted us to do." You see, or we wouldn't be doing it. Verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their inequity, which is sin upon sin. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. That's what's coming, And that's all nations. All nations will be brought low. He's going to humble all these nations. So this is Zephaniah. Chapter 1, verse 14. And it reads, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near, right? And hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord, Yahawashi, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. So that's how you know that this military is not going to be ready. None of them are. Once the day of the Lord come, all those mighty men, the ones who are used to seeing death, the ones who killed before, the ones who went through, battlefields and whatnot, it said they gonna cry there bitterly. They're not gonna even be ready for this. So how much more women, right? That's why the women aren't supposed to be running like stuff like the Navy and stuff. They're not supposed to be doing that. It says even the mighty men gonna be crying bitterly. You see? So this is just showing you that the Lord is setting America up to be destroyed, right? Verse 15. It is, the only people that's not going to be afraid is the one the Lord put the Spirit on. Okay, those His men, and that's why I said that the men of the Lord shall be a protection from the wind, which is them intercontinental ballistic missiles. Verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress. See, America Babylon the Great hasn't ever really went through distress. There's never been a mass global attack over America Babylon the Great. And that's what we're talking about. That's what's going to happen. A day of wasteness and destruction, a day of darkness and gloominess. Now, we don't know if it's just one day exactly, because remember, a day is 1,000 years to the Lord. So it's not saying it's going to take 1,000 years either, because he said he's going to shorten the time. But that was just a way of saying you can't figure out how long it's going to be, that we're going to have to deal with Jacob's trouble. We're just going to have faith in Yahawashi that he's going to protect us. Okay? So a day of darkness and gloominess. A day of clouds and thick darkness. That's from them intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? Verse 16, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. See, that's talking about America, Babylon the Great. Other places in the world, like the land of Israel and stuff. So, but mainly America. So verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. See? So not everybody's going to have vision in that day to know what to do. He's going to have a big majority of the men, they're not going to know what to do because they sinned against the Lord and didn't do what? They didn't serve their obligation to Israel. They didn't come back to the ways of Yahawashi. They took this thing that we believe in, this truth, that our heritage, they took it lightly. Okay? They're going to be left without understanding in that day. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. See, Lord's not playing, man. He's about to lay shit waste. Okay. Verse 18, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver in that day of the Lord's wrath. And what is it like when you get a lot of money out here in America, Babylon the Great? For most people, what? They get proud. They feel untouchable. That's how Esau Edom feel. He feel like nobody can mess with him. He feel like since he got all this bread and all these guns, he's just unstoppable. But he gonna find out he wrong. And so is 2/3 of our people who trust in this devil, right? But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. See? And why we say 2/3 of our people is because they're not going to come to this truth. It's written. They're not going to come. Zephaniah chapter Zechariah chapter 13 verse 8. It said 2 parts shall be cut off. That's going to happen. There's no change in that. 2/3 of our people are not going to believe this truth, and it's already been written. So that's why we say those 2/3 of people, they're not going to believe. But it's not like we're saying we're the elect because we have to endure to the end, and nobody knows who's going to endure to the end. There's plenty of people who came in the truth and fell out of the truth. And that's why we stay fervent every day in Yahawashi and pray that he doesn't take that spirit away from us. You know, we try to put that first every day, you know. Because if you do that, then you ain't going to fail. You can't fail if you put Yahawashi and first. You can't fail. His word will not go out void. And he said that anybody who's ever trusted in Yahawashi and been ashamed. No, we will not be ashamed. Even if we die here for the Lord, we will not be ashamed when we end up in the kingdom. We will not be ashamed. So Jeremiah chapter 46, verse 10. For this is the day of the Lord of hosts, Yahawashi, a day of vengeance, that he may avenge him of his adversaries. See, Israel has adversaries. You can go read them in Psalms 83. It's about 6 verses. And the sword shall devour, and it shall be sedate, slocky if I said that wrong, and made drunk with their blood. For the Lord Yahawashi of hosts have a sacrifice in the north country by the river Euphrates. See, north country, what's that? The northern countries, like America, Babylon the Great, stuff like that, over there in the land of Israel as well. See, and what did he say at the end? He said he was going to dry up the river Euphrates too. And when you go look it up, the Euphrates River is dried up right now, okay? And it's been dried up for a little bit, okay? Not too long, but, you know, long enough to know that we're very close to the end. So Isaiah chapter 19, verse 16. Go over here to Isaiah. All right, and it reads, in that day shall Egypt be like unto woman. And today, this is basically modern day Egypt. Egypt basically means bondage or slavery. Okay, bondage. That's where we at. We got to work for the so-called white man every day, you know. And it says also in Revelation chapter 11, verse 8, okay, that this is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay, and it said also where our Lord was crucified. Where was Yahawashi crucified? Rome. That's how we know we in a you know, the revived Roman Empire. We're in the little horn in the scriptures. Okay, the last leg. Shalom. Shalom, Ak, the water for tuning in. The water for tuning in. Yahawashi Barakatham. The water for tuning in. Yahawashi Barakatham to everybody else coming across. The water for tuning in. There shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahawashi of hosts, which he shaketh over it. See? And that's what the Lord's doing right now. He's shaking over it. And these chess pieces are moving, and only the hopeful elect can see that the Lord is moving these chess pieces. Everybody else is just living their lives, trying to get the bag, trying to, you know, keep up with the Joneses. Is what GMS and Truth Orlando always says. Keeping up with the Joneses, you know, and so many other brothers, you know, we're all on one accord, you know. Even us followers of Great Millstone, we're on one accord with Great Millstone. And when we hear them say, hey, you followers need to do this, you do this, what do? We do it. Why? Because those is our big brothers. We trust in them. We believe in them. You see? And they showed us a lot of things. So verse 17, and in the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt, right? See? Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts. Who's the counsel? Great Millstone, which he have determined against it. See? And that's why we're all going against this place. And Great Millstone, stop, girl. Salaki. Hey, come here. So you know, the Lord has set a counsel against this wicked place. You see? And we have leaders. Okay? And that's our big bros, our elders and apostles, you know, on down, you know. And we're just, you know, us young brothers coming in the truth, we're learning in their footsteps how to present ourselves as a living sacrifice to Yahawashi, you know. So now we're going to go over here. And this is something that was pretty interesting that, you know, the Lord put the spirit on me to deal with. Let me go over here. So anyways, it says, report claims Fox News donates to Satanic Temple via employee match. Social media has strong reactions, right? So when you see this picture, right, most of us know what that is. That's the Baphomet. You know, you got the two children there. This children sacrifice. You even got a little Judite boy there with an afro, man. This is wicked, man. This is wicked. And this is what our people are worshiping. And the ones who be like, oh, we going to the church, right? And we love Jesus Christ, right? And you go and put your money in the offering. This is really who you're giving it to. Because when you go look at the picture of Caesar Borgia, which is Jesus Christ, look, he got 2 fingers up, just like Baphomet. It looks a little different, but look, you can tell. See, there's one right there. He's got 2 fingers up. I'll bring it up just a little closer if I can. Let me see if I can. See? He's got 2 fingers up, just like this. That's who you're really worshiping. You're worshiping this guy, this damn dope goat demon, which is the left-hand side of the Lord. And that's what American Babylon the Great worships. Okay? And they took the Messiah, they took Yahawashi, and they turned him into this, man. You see? And that's plain on tables right there for you to see that this is not an image of the Lord, because he's got his 2 fingers up, just like Baphomet. So we're gonna read a little bit of this. And it says a whistleblower claims Fox News is matching employee contributions. Hold on, something happened. Something went out. Bear with me. Lock it. Bear with me just a second. Okay, but yeah, like I was saying, like you can see that, you know, they've just transferred these images, and it talks about Satan, you know, forms himself in a ray of light, and that's what they did, you know. And it was the 6th Pope of Rome, his son, it was Leonardo da Vinci, and it was Michelangelo, and they had a contest to see basically who could paint that picture the best. Okay, and I think it was Leonardo da Vinci who won. Yeah, that's why Leonardo da Vinci was a lot more famous than Michelangelo. Okay, and that was the picture that they used to deceive the world. Just like I said, Satan will be loosed out of his prison after 1,000 years. You know, right? Which is when he came out of the caves in the 1500s. That's what they call the Renaissance period. Renaissance means rebirth, basically the rebirth of the so-called white man. See? And it said he'll be loose for a little season. So let me get this back rolling. Sometimes it'll go out. So Salakia. So like I said, I'm back to it. Water for bearing with me. Go back into reading. It says whistleblower claims Fox News is matching employee contributions to charities and causes its viewer base typically does not support, including the Satanic Temple. So a lot of their money is going to these demons, man, because they're demons. A conservative media outlet with ties to climate change denier and controversial former Fox News host Glenn Beck reported that Fox News participates in employee donation matches up to $1,000 to various organizations and via its Fox Giving app, which reportedly hosted donation management program. Slocky. Get rid of this. It says Benevity. Okay, so we'll keep going down. According to the alleged whistleblower believed to be an ex-Fox News staffer, which is also talks about in Psalms, they shall make their tongues fall upon themselves. That's what they're doing right now as well. Charitable organizations available for Fox News employees donate to include the Trevor Project, Planned Parenthood, and Satanic Temple, with Blaze Media claims Fox News has appeared critical of, in terms, the agendas they help advance. See? So even these people that's going to church, you get these people going to church and they're trying to look at them wicked, but hey, you going and doing the same thing. You going and giving to the Baphomet too. They just got you in a trick bag thinking that you're not. So that's why we got to start worshiping these false idols, man. That's not what the Lord looked like. Talk about Leviticus chapter 13 and talk about leprosy, man. The Lord ain't come back looking like that, man. He ain't never came here looking like that. He said he made Adam from the soil of the ground. There ain't no white soil nowhere, man. There ain't no man. But it's all good, you know. This is how we know that the Lord ain't dealing with these people, man. So Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11. And it reads, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, right? But rather reprove them. And that's what we're doing in these lessons. We're reproving them and correcting them, you know, and saying, nah, that's wicked, you know. And the only ones that the Lord desires, that he loves, they're going to come out of whatever they're doing wicked, and they're going to come to this doctrine, okay, to the best of their abilities. They're going to keep everything, all the laws that they can, you know. So Psalm chapter 7, verse 9, and it reads, oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. How is he establishing us? Through this truth, starting off. For the righteous power trieth the hearts and reigns, and hearts means mind, and Paleo Hebrew, which means lab, okay? You know, that's the mind. He's trying us by what? Seeing how we react to his commands. And these are his commandments. See? So now we're going to go to Genesis. Go back to the beginning. Chapter 13, verse 13. What do you say about Sodom and Gomorrah then? You know, since we know this is spiritual Sodom and Edom, what do you say about this time? What about then? It said, but the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly. And that's how this place is. They're wicked exceedingly, the Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay, they're just wicked. And they've always been like that, and they never will change. So when we go to Revelations, I said it earlier, but I want to go ahead and go get it. Okay, go back. So Revelation chapter 11, verse 8, and their dead bodies, which is talking about spiritually. This is how our people are, you know, and some of the elect, you know, that like you know, the elders and apostles, they believe that the 144,000 is they believe they're already sealed, is what I've heard some of the elders and apostles say. And you know, but you know, we'll never know. You know, we'll always just have faith that, you know, the Lord's doing what he's doing, you know. And basically, if you look at it, since the dawn of time, they were already ordained to be sealed. So that means basically they're right, they're already sealed, but some of them are still growing in areas that the Lord wants them to be ready for. So when it's time to command those men in Jacob's trouble, you know. And that's just, you know, my own, you know, understanding of it. Not saying that it's not from them, but I mean, like, that's what I got out of it when they said that, you know. So it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, right? Which is America, Babylon the Great. This is the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. And why is it Sodom? Because the fruit roll-ups, right? And people, you know, you got some camps that try to tell you you can pop your woman in the butt. Okay, that's not right, man. So Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified, which we know was in Rome, and that's how we know this revived Roman Empire. Why? Because that's how they are here. They crucify Yahawashi. They don't want nothing to do with him here, you know, because it's the same people that's bad, and that's why they gonna pay for what they did to him. So it's 2/3 of our people, because he said, "Let our blood." 2/3 of our people said, "Let his blood be on our children's children," and they crucified him. But not everybody was there, you know, because at that time we had already failed and we were scattered across the four corners of the earth. So how could we all have been there to crucify the Most High? No. What do you think? All the Israelites just got on ships and was like, all right, we're going to sail over there. We're going to crucify the Lord. No, it was just the people in Rome, okay, of our people. So Isaiah chapter 3, verse 4, and I will give children to be their princes. And hold on. Supposed to be 11. It's lucky. Okay, so get over here. So this is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 11. Woe unto them, woe unto the wicked, which woe means destruction. Okay, or many sorrows, basically destruction. Yeah. That's what many sorrows is, watching everything be destroyed, you know, if you make it through it. So destruction unto the wicked, basically. It shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. What did they do? Rape, pillage, rob, murder, right? So what's going to happen to them? That's that same reward is going to come back upon their own selves in their land. Okay. So now I got a few more videos, just a few more little clips. Gonna get past that. And while what's going on over there, it says as Taiwan prepares for anti-invasion exercises, China sends dozens of warplanes toward the island. See, so he got dozens of warplanes over there. China got dozens of warplanes over there. Taiwan's preparing. Why? Because this war is getting prepped up. You know, the Lord is going to prep this up. And while that's going on, I don't want to really read too much in it. You know, we can kind of get what it's saying just from that. You know, we might read the first chapter. Filed 10 jet fighters perform formation to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the People's Liberation Army Air Force, Beijing, China. Hold up, that's 2009. Let's go over here. China sends dozens of warplanes, including fighter jets and bombers, toward Taiwan. The island's defense ministry says Saturday. So that was real recent, you know. That was about 2 days ago. So that's how we know this stuff is ramping up. Slovakia for the dog. Hey, little girl, chill out. Anyways, defense ministry says Saturday, marking a forceful display days before the democracy plans to hold military exercises aimed at defending itself against a possible invasion. You know, so that's what's going on over there. And while that's going on, and we talked about this a little bit, but they finally made the announcement. Okay, so Russia makes huge announcement on BRICS currency. So what they're saying is that BRICS alliance is all set to decide on the formation of a new currency in August next month. We're right there. We're like a week away from this happening. You see? Now, it says the currency is I think that's touted. So like if I said that, to dethrone the US dollar by sending it on a path of global decline. See, so that's what they're coming to meet. They're coming to meet to knock down the dollar. Okay. That's what they're coming together for. And Argentina just put in their application for the BRICS, and they're going to add $1.5 billion to their revenue. So it's a lot going on. See, look, 130 countries move towards CBD currency, US dollar in jeopardy. And this is why the U.S. is going to get into it too, and that's what's going to start. What did they say about that CBDC? You got to have it imprinted in your hand. You got to have it an incision in your hand. So that's how we know what this is, right? The C here, the MARK of the beast. So BRICS is advancing to eliminate the dollar's supremacy by making a new currency acceptable to other countries for cross-border transactions. However, Russia's central bank governor Elvira Navalny has given a reality check on the formation of the soon-to-be-released BRICS currency. So they're coming with it. They're finally announcing it. They were saying a month ago they wasn't announcing nothing yet, but now it's here. Okay. So now we're gonna put in some precepts about this concerning what's going on over there in Taiwan, and also what's going on with BRICS. So this is Matthew. These are very hot topics. The elders and apostles have been waiting for a long time for this. And us new brothers that came in, it's we were waiting before we even knew we was waiting, or we wouldn't have came to this truth. So we was waiting because everybody who came to this truth, they were looking for it. We were all looking for this answer, but we kept getting unfamiliar sounds. So that's why our faith was low, because we didn't know the names of the Lord. So Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See? So there's going to be a lot of things that come past before this thing is made mandatory. See? Now I want to go to 2nd Esdras chapter 6. Okay, we're going to start at 1. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, right? So before all that stuff happened, what happened? When you look at Daniel 7:10, he said the judgment was set and the books were opened and all the angels were presented before him. So before all this stuff happened, everything was already set. It's just playing out right now, you know? So if there is a destiny like this that has been set up since the dawn of time, what does that mean? We don't got no free will. Everything is for the praise of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Everything, you know, the wicked and the good, they're all meant to glorify Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, because the Lord wants to have somebody to take over and he wants to have somebody to save. Before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, see, for the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the preferment were named, or ever the chimneys of Sion, which is Israel, were hot, and ere the present years were sought out, and ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they sealed that have gathered faith for its treasure. See, who's the ones that get sealed that gather faith for a treasure? For a treasure, that's the 144,000 elect. Because once they get sealed, hey, it's game over. Okay, it's game over. You know, and what I mean by like sealed, if they not just let alone coming in the truth, they gotta fulfill their purpose and prophesy and do their limit that the Lord told them to do, and that's what they're doing right now. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. Who's that? Yahawashi. See, by me also they shall be ended, and by none other. That's why I said in John chapter 1, verse 1, it said the word was with the Most High, and the word is the Most High. Who is the word? It's Yahawashi. He's literally the words. Okay? These are all words that he got from who? His father. He's coming down. He's giving it to great. He gave it to Great Millstone. Of course, like we said earlier, it started at One West, but Great Millstone are the ones who have kept this, what was told to them by the Lord, because those were the ones the Lord desired. So by none other than answered, and I said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth, right? This is Esdras talking to the angel, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand first held the heel of Esau, right? Right? And what does that mean? It means right here. It says for Esau, it says basically this meant Jacob's hand first, the heel of Esau, right? That's basically meaning Jacob was pulling down Esau, Edom out of rulership. And that's where we're at right now. This is the process of that. Okay. So verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, which means what? They'll be ruling at the end of the world. So that's how we know this is the end of the world. Because why? They came out in the 1500s and started ruling the world. And since that time, it's been the end. But now we're in the end of the end right now, because we're seeing it crumble before our eyes. And Jacob is the beginning that follow it. See? Be here on earth, but we'll be able to travel the universe. That's why they can't go out that far, because it's not for them. It's for Israel. You see? So now I want to go to Mark chapter 13, verse 7. Just about done. I try not to keep it too long. I try to do about an hour. You know, try to put in a lot of edifying lessons. Lord willing, those edifying to y'all, and you know, shed some light to those who are new coming in the truth. So Mark chapter 13, verse 7, and when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and we hearing all those in those articles, be ye not troubled. See, we're not supposed to be troubled. Why? Because we got the power of the universe on our side. But such things must needs be. It has to be this way. But the end shall not be yet. So this is why. What does that mean? We still got work to do. We still got to teach our people and warn our people what's coming. See? So now we're going to do Luke chapter 21, verse 9. Let me get back over here. Lock in. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna go to Luke chapter 21, verse 4. And it reads, for all these have of their abundance cast into the offerings of the Most High, but she of, hold on, that's not the right one, hold on. Salaki, verse 9. That's where I'm supposed to be at. Salaki, okay. And it reads, just like I said, and you know what? I want to start at 8. This is Yahawashi speaking whenever it's in the red. And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived. See, we're not deceived right now. Why? Because we're paying attention. We're focusing. We're looking at what's going on in the times. We're listening to what our leaders are telling us to do as well. You see? For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, which is Christ in Paleo Hebrew, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. See? And that's what we're trying to say. Like, we're not going around saying we are the Most High. No, we're saying we're the messengers of the Most High. We're saying we're the messengers of Yahawashi. We're not going around saying we are, but there's a lot of people. There's even one church, they said that Yahawashi already came back, but they call him Jesus Christ, of course. They said he already came back and he Korean. Okay, there's a whole church that worships this guy. But we're not supposed to believe those kind of people. Verse 9, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified. So how do you hear of these wars and commotions? Well, you hear them through the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because they're the ones who's explaining to you the Bible. Okay? So those are our messengers. Be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And it says that they have to preach all this to all the nations to gather the elect together by shedding light on them. And then in the end, then the end shall come. So that's how we know we're close, because this truth is really getting out there. It's really expanding in the four corners of the earth. You know, there's not too many people left who haven't heard of the Hebrew Israelites. They're everywhere, especially Great Millstone. There's no other camp that's in Germany, that's in France, that's all over the world. You know, so Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 3. And it reads, for the day is near, even the day of the Lord is near, a cloudy day, and it shall be the time of the heathen, right? And the sword shall come upon Egypt. A great pain shall be in Ethiopia, when the slain shall fall in Egypt, and they shall take away her multitude, and her foundation shall be broken down. And that's what's going to happen to all the kingdoms. America, Babylon the Great, first and foremost. That's what's coming. Everything's going to get taken out. So now we're going to go to Amos chapter 5, verse 18. I just got a little bit more. I got a couple more precepts on another topic, and then we'll be out of here. So Amos chapter 5, verse 18. And it reads, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. See, you know, you got those people in the church that we can't wait for Jesus Christ to come back, right? For what? To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. It's gonna be a terrible day. You're gonna need the Qadash. You're gonna need that spirit that the Lord put on you to even witness some of the things that we're gonna see if we do survive. Okay, we're gonna see some people get torn to shreds. I'm talking about right next to you. You know, to see that, to be a person in America, Babylon the Great, because most of us haven't even seen somebody get killed in front of us. I haven't. I'm not gonna act like I have. I ain't seen nobody just get torn to shreds in front of me by a grizzly bear, or you know, something wild like that. You know, so to go from literally a land that doesn't have those kind of situations, and some of the elect might have, you know, but not the elect, but the hopeful elect. Some of the hopeful elect might have, you know, went through these situations, but many of us haven't. Many of us haven't seen a dead body and whatnot. That's why we're gonna need Bahasham to make us strong in that day, because we're gonna see many you know? Because even if you got somebody who's seen 1 or 2 dead people, yeah, you might see somebody get killed or something, see somebody get shot at the club, whatever. But not dead bodies laying everywhere. Ain't none of us seen that. Really, no. Maybe some of us was in the military or something seen it, but most of us have not. So verse 19, and is as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on a wall and a serpent bit him. See, it don't matter what you think you're gonna escape the judgment of the Lord. Whatever's gonna happen, he gonna get you. Ain't no running from the Lord. Verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? We talk about you won't even be able to turn on a flashlight and see the light come out the flashlight. That's how dark we talking about. It's gonna be dark, okay? The only thing that's gonna have light around it, those 144,000 elect men and the honorable multitude that cling to that body. Ain't gonna be nothing else left, okay? Except Esau, Edom's little remnant of people that ran in there with their little sea hip, and they're gonna get cast into slavery. The remnant of them, the leaders of them, and everybody else gonna get slain by the sword. They're gonna have to come back and serve that 1,000-year slavery through them. You see, they're gonna have to come back through their loins, and that's how the Lord's gonna bring them back to finish that slavery out. So this is Revelations chapter 13. Wait, now before I do that, I want to read a little bit of Revelation chapter 13, but before I do that, we're going to look right here. It says Russian CBDC to roll out in 2025. So when they say the war is going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years, this is talking about in 2 years, they're going to have the CBDC rolled out in Russia. So if Russia's fighting to have this out in 2025, what do you think American Babylon the Great's doing? They're going to try to have it out in 2025. And that's not even a year and a half from now. See, this is moving very fast. The Lord is not slack in his promise. So we're going to just read a little bit and then we'll go put in some precepts and then we're getting out of here. So Russian experts think the central bank rollout is digital ruble by 2025, with the nation's biggest banks expressing their eagerness to work with the central bank digital currency. The central bank is fast tracking its CBDC rollout, but the Lovoy, how you say that? Petersburg reported that citizens will have to access the CBDC no earlier than 2025. See, Moscow may hope to move this deadline forward. They want to get it quicker. However, many of the nation's largest commercial banks have openly declared the interest in partnering with the central banks soon to start real-world CBDC tests. See, they want to hurry and get this going to make sure they can get it all working. See, U.S. and EU-led sanctions have effectively barred Moscow from trading the U.S. dollar. See, and that's why they're using their own currencies and they're trying to get together to what? Knock down this dollar, because they're tired of this devil, man. They're tired of being controlled. Okay, hey, yeah, they're tired of being controlled. You see, so we're gonna read a little bit of Revelations. We're gonna read Revelation chapter 13 about this. So it said, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. We know that's America, Babylon the Great. These are the first European nations who are all basically using the dollar. And upon the horns, 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. You know, and that's America, Babylon the Great. You know, ruling them. You know, that's that whore. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. What's a leopard? That's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the Edomites. America, Babylon the Great, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, which is who? Russia, the Medes, or Gog and Magog. See, his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power, and the dragon is the Roman Empire, and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So the Roman Empire was what? They were destroyed, and then they were healed. And then what? When were they healed? During the Renaissance period. And then all the world wondered after the beast. They wanted after America, Babylon the Great. Everybody wanted to come here for that American dream, right? and they worship the dragon, Roman Empire, which gave power unto the beast, and they worship the beast, saying, "Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?" But now it's different. They're going to make war with the beast, but they have to come together, and that's why they're meeting in August next month to do that. But they first have to do it in other ways. It's a chess game. They have to do it in economic ways and other things. They have to They want to weaken them before they try to take them out. There was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Whatever time that was, that's just about fulfilled. It's just about done. And he opened his mouth for blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And that's what they've been doing. They've been blaspheming so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, West Indian, Haitians, and saying that we are not the people of the Lord, and we're 3/5 of a man. Okay? And this is how we know this is who they're talking about. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and they did, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. See? And all that dwell on the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of the life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. See? And that's talking about Israel. They're going to be worshiping, but when it comes down to the end of it, everybody's going to worship Yahawashi. They're going to have to keep the holy days and all that, even though there are tributaries. They're going to have to do everything by the law, or they're going to get punished. So if any man hear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. See? What did they do? We went through many captivities. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Because like when you had Esdras, he was writing in the Persian captivity. That was when we were in captivity in the Persians. We've been in captivity for many years. Starting with Egypt. Okay, here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And behold, not Egypt but Babylon. Which is just about the same thing. It's all slavery. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth. He had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. Was the first beast, the first Roman Empire, caused the earth and them to dwell therein, to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And now he doeth great wonders, that he made fire come down from heaven on the earth from the side of men. And that's talking about Oppenheimer when he bombed those 2 Japanese cities. Okay, that's what that's talking about. See? And deceiving. How did he deceive them? By thinking they were just so powerful they couldn't be messed with, and deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which is other things as well, by which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, which is what the system, saying to them that dwell upon the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, that they should wound, which had the wound by the sword and did live. See, that's what happened. They making this image right now. That's what's happening. They're making another digital Tower of Babel right now. Okay, basically they're making another Tower of Babel, but it's digital, and the whole world is in on it. Okay, they want the dollar to crash. Okay, but this is all the Lord doing it. Why? Because it said in Revelation 17:17, he put it in all their hearts to fulfill his will. So, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many who would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See? And what's that? We know that image is what? The sea hip, the Quran. Okay? We know that because it says right here, he calls them all small, both small and great. So it ain't gonna be no getting around this. Rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the M-A-R-K, which means Kataragma. You look that up, an incision in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the M-A-R-K, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him have understanding, not count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666, right? Well, 2/3 of our people, which is what? What's 2 divided by 3? 0.66666. They're going to take that because they believe in this world. You see? It's all prophecy. So every out of every 3 Israelites, one of them is going to make it out of here. And that's why in the churches they say, give us smooth things. We don't want to all be sitting in here and you telling us out of every 3 of us, one of us is going to make it. But that's what the Lord is saying. So Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. See, it's all appointed. Everything's appointed. but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. See, that's why we're waiting for it, because we know that's going to come. Now, that's my last precept, then I'll be done. So Hebrews chapter 10, verse 37. And it reads, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come. Who's that? Yahawashi, and will not tarry. He's not gonna delay it no more. He's been being patient. He's waited. He's given a lot of time for his people to get their mind right for this time. You know, and when he comes, there ain't gonna be no give me 2 more days. It's gonna be over with. So you know, I wanna end it right there. I want to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to those and apostles of the great millstone led me to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, to be edified of those who fear the name of the Lord and the strive to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. Judgment always comes to light, except for 9 chapter 3, verse 5. It is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Timothy chapter 5, verse 42. The water for tuning in. Lord willing, it was edifying to you. Lord willing, we can have another day to exalt the name of Yahawah, Yahawashi. So, water for tuning in. Shalom.